All right, well, this weekend, the Charlotte 49ers will host East Carolina, a game that is poised to break attendance records at Halton Arena, as the in-state foes will match up for the first time as members of the American Athletic Conference. Charlotte currently owns the longest active win streak in the conference after an unlikely start to the season. But it's through that unlikely start that the Niners have revived and inspired the 49ers faithful.
Charlotte wins their 7th game in a row.
The Charlotte 49ers are one of the hottest teams in the country.
Patterson from the logo. It's good!
Picked to finish second to last in their first season in the American, Charlotte currently sits at the top of the conference standings with an active win streak of 7 games. Some might call it
inspiring.
Niners first-year head coach Aaron Fearne certainly does, but to fully grasp what Charlotte has been able to do this season, you have to go back to the summer when the team was practically abandoned.
The day that Coach said he was going to leave, I personally was ticked. I was really upset.
The abrupt departure of then head coach Ron Sanchez left the team in turmoil. Fearne was interviewing to take over the head role while also trying to keep the program running.
Every single player at that point had multiple schools chasing them, so they're juggling everything in the air and not knowing what's happening here.
One thing they did know was that they wanted Fearne.
A lot of support from the guys, to be honest. The players really rallied together and made it pretty clear that they wanted us as a staff to stay here, and they had to fight for it. It was a tough period.
But it was in that tough period that the 49ers
Going in with the flush.
struck gold.
And I think the priority number one for any coach in any sport is just to get your group to unify. Well, that happened on early June.
7 months later, and the Niners are on a 7-game win streak, a mark the program hasn't matched in over a decade.
Good to have some momentum, and now the challenge is obviously to keep that, which is very, very difficult to do. It takes a lot of mental toughness to battle through that stuff, but we'll see if we can keep it rolling.
Just an unbelievable stretch that the Niners are on. And I don't know, I spent a lot of time with getting to know Aaron Fearne this week, putting together that story. And I got to say, there should not be a mom in the country that doesn't want their son playing for a coach like him. I mean, just what he's been able to do, and his word is inspire. It's and you see it. You see it not only from the team and how they're playing. I mean, this isn't just they're pulling out wins. I mean, they're coming down. They had 2 20-point deficit wins that they've come back and won games. But you see with the fan base, you go into Halton and it is packed in there, and it's just an awesome atmosphere, especially in a state like Carolina where basketball is king.
I know I haven't been able to make it there yet, and we've been talking about it with my family. Like, we've got to go see him and see him in action. It's great to see what they've done, especially with his first year as a head coach here.
Yeah, it is definitely inspiring for sure. They will look to make it 8 straight coming up this weekend. So 2 solid opponents on deck for your Charlotte 49ers in American play. This Saturday, they'll play host to East Carolina. Tip-off is at 2 inside Halton Arena. And then next Tuesday, they will travel to South Florida for a 9 p.m. game against the Bulls. And next Sunday, they get a chance to beat up on the lowly Temple Owls. Niners still tied for first in the American.